Dr. Nikhil Prasoon, the remarks which came in from the Trinamool Congress spokesperson is that mistakes were made, accountability has been taken, and action has also been taken. But there seems to be a vested effort to try and continuously keep this political pot boiling instead of learning from these mistakes and making changes for the future. How would you respond to these statements?
Well, the series of lapses and missteps undertaken by the state government, it has unmasked its real character and intentions. It's not only a case of carelessness on the part of the state administration, it also indicates that there is inherent collusion and connivance on the part of the same. Now, who is this principal? The principal was complained against by the deputy super, the then deputy super Akhtar Ali, way back in 2021. But, despite the fact that the complaints were made and there were 15, 16 points against him, that also included, this this waste management, this smuggling thereof, and biomedical waste, as well as the selling up of the corpses, and as well as 20% commission in all the tenders and all those arbitrariness undertaken by him. But despite these things, he was transferred and again got reinstated in 48 hours, and next time within 1 month, and things like that. So the process that was going on in Arjikar, that indicates that he was a big shot. He had a big clout in the state government. Now this time around, the whole thing, he tried to take his time, because in one of the leaked videos, it has been shown that he is there loitering around, and along with other people inside the seminar room, which happens to be a restricted area by then. And after that, the attack took place on the night of 14th. So if we reconstruct and reanalyze the whole thing, we can, safely, come to the conclusion that the whole thing was a big cover-up, and it started with suicide theory, and later on that.
Okay, so the important thing which I take from your statement, Dr. Nikhil Prasoon, is the belief, or at least the notion, that Sandeep Ghosh, who is our principal of Arjikar, was a very powerful man, and he was receiving state patronage. Tausif Rahman, you were talking about for future, so I just want to end with that final comments from you. The concern now is that how many other Sandeep Ghoshes are there in the Bengal system here, in institutes or other government offices, who continue to be corrupt, who continue to derelict their duty, but continue to receive state patronage. What is the assurance you can give us today on this platform?
People like Sandeep Ghosh need to be grilled not only in Bengal, Ritangshu, but all over India and all over the states. I mean, Ritangshu, it might not sound insensitive, but the incident can take place anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country, anywhere in the state. Now, the precautionary measures need to be handled very carefully. We did our job. Okay, and the first thing, we are not here to defend any hospital, whether it's Arjikar or whatsoever. We have submitted the case result to the Honorable Supreme Court, and the Honorable Supreme Court have accepted the report. Now the hearing is going on. Now repeating the same thing by the opposition every day will not bring the justice. It is not going to apprehend anything, Ritangshu. We have to work together. And if Mamata government or the state administration is anywhere at fault, I am sure the Supreme Court will not leave us. We have to answer. And that is the main motive, and that is the main subject.
Fair enough. Yes. Now, I know, Tausif, you have pointed on future. I'm sorry, I'll have to wrap this debate here at this point. But taking off from where you left, working together, whether it be for the TMC and the BJP, does not mean coming out with, listen, what's happening in your background, what's happening in your background. Correct things which are happening in your own background before pointing fingers at others. And then again, the question is, how many more Sandeep Ghoshes, how many more Sanjay Roys are there in Bengal and the rest of the country? That is collective responsibility that needs to be answered here for the future, since that's what we're looking at. Dr. Nikhil Prasoon, Tausifur Rahman, PK Jain, and Sanjeev Bagai, thank you so much for joining me on this debate. I wish for a day when we no longer have to debate this issue, because I can understand the triggering effect it has on the country's psyche. But unfortunately, it is a seismic event that has shaken up everyone every day. Thanks a lot for joining me on this urban debate.